Hello everyone, welcome to Jonas Software. In this video I'm going to go through the steps of how to transfer an accounts receivable and accounts payable invoice to history. This program allows you to transfer customers' paid invoices to your history files. But before transferring, there are some conditions that must be met. For one, invoices must be paid in full as of the date you are running the transfer. Both the new amount of the invoice and its retainage must total to zero. Number 2, if any items concerning the invoice, such as your payments, credits, or adjustments, are found with the date greater than the return date, then that invoice will be skipped. And number 3, for Canadian users only, the invoice or credit note must have already been reported on your GST billing report. So if you go into Accounts Receivable, Reports, and GST Billing Reports, you will find it there. If you do not run the GST report, paid invoices that seem to meet all other conditions will still not be transferred. Therefore, if you do not use the GST billing report, you can print off the report to the ASCII or MS-DOC file printer to avoid wasting any paper. So we can begin. First, we'll start off with an AR transfer by going into Accounts Receivable, Processing, and Transfer Paid Invoices to History. Select your company, your AR subledger, and you have three options here. As of date is the cutoff date. You can select it by job only, so select job and then do an F2 lookup to select your job. Or you can select it by customer and again do an F2 lookup and you can select your customers. So we'll go ahead and select Best Buy. It's important to note the difference between AR and AP. AR allows you to select it by these three options. In AP, you can only select the invoices individually. We'll go ahead and click OK. And Jonas will ask you, are you sure you want to continue? Click Yes. And now the invoices have been transferred to history. If you want to do a check to see what invoices are currently sitting in history and which invoices are current, you can go into Inquiries and select History Inquiry. Select the company, AR Subledger, and we can do an inquiry for, say, home servicing. To invoice date, and we'll click View. So you'll notice on the far left corner where there's an asterisk, there you'll see the C. C means these invoices are current. If there's an H, it means they are history. Another thing to note, if you go back to the transfer paid invoice to history and you hover over it, if you click F1, you'll actually get a help guide. And this help guide will list the conditions that must be met before transferring your invoices to history. Now for accounts payable, we'll go into Accounts Payable, Files, and Transfer Paid Invoices to History. Select your company, AP Subledger, and you have the option to automatically select invoices to transfer or manually indicate. We'll select the automatic, and you can select your first supplier, second supplier, as you wish. Click OK, and File. Are you sure you wish to transfer the invoices? Yes. And if we go to Inquiries, Supplier History Inquiry, you can do an inquiry on any of your suppliers to find the invoices sitting in history. And again, it's indicated on the far right corner. C is for current, H means they're in history. And that is how you transfer accounts payable and accounts receivable invoices to history. Thank you.